I'm eagerly waiting to listen the explanation about this because we might learn so many new things. Though we do
Uh,
segment of all this in our school whenever we have. This year we have assembly on first, I think, 1st of Jan. We are going
that's
for
wonderful.
No, sir, it's tomorrow.
Oh,
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, but somebody told me on no that assembly, especially on the Christmas we have tomorrow.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Christmas assembly, it's
okay,
tomorrow.
okay. I'll send you
So
the
this
video.
is something a lady in the UK put together, and I love the photography on it. I've looked at a lot of Christmas around the world information,
Yeah,
but her photography was the most beautiful. So I added maps so that we can visualize where these countries
yeah.
are. But let's just go to the next slide. And Anati, can you read that, please?
Hmm.
Sure, ma'am. Christmas is a major Christian festival which marks the birth of Jesus
Right.
Christ, and is celebrated throughout the world.
Okay, next slide, please. So we're going to directly to Christmas in Argentina, and you can recognize some of the countries that are around Argentina. And what continent is it in?
South
Bless you.
Africa.
Close, South America. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
it's okay because it's always a really good reminder of this. And so it's on the Atlantic side of South America, and Chile is on the Pacific side. So let's go to the next slide. Matri, can you believe that? I mean, believe it. Can you read it, please? Excuse me.
Yes. Christmas begins very early in December in Argentina. Many people in Argentina are Catholics.
And sir, you can just click right through the slides. I think that's great
Is it
because
a
there's so
video?
many. Yeah, just go ahead right away and click through. There's so many slides
Yeah.
and there are very few sentences. Okay, and now Christmas in Spain. There on the Mediterranean, the Atlantic. Let's go to the next slide. And Unati, can you read that, please?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Most people in Spain go to the midnight mass. It is also called the Mass of Rooster because a rooster is said to have crowed the night that Jesus was born.
Okay, so, and we know a mass is a religious gathering. That's the name for the service of the religious service of the Catholics. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Matri. And there's going to be some Spanish words in there, so we'll have to brush up on our other
Thanks.
language.
If you
Yes.
can.
Although Papa Noel visits Spanish children, he usually only leaves one gift. The main presents are brought by the three kings on the eve of the Epiphany.
Epiphany. And we're going to say that long
Yes,
Epiphany. Okay, and let's go to the next slide. Good morning or good evening, Sartak. So what is the Feast of Epiphany? What do you see in this photo or in this painting, excuse me?
Um, there's Mother Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus Christ, and the three kings have come to visit him and brought gifts along with them.
There you go. And they brought gifts in that story. Let's go to the next slide. And Epiphany. Sartak, would you like to read that, please?
Yes, ma'am. Epiphany.
Epiphany.
Ma'am, what's that word?
It's a holiday.
Epiphany
Mhm.
is celebrated 12 days after. Epiphany is celebrated. It is the time when Christians remember the wise men, also sometimes called the three kings who wise Jesus. The Bible says they followed his star in the east, so they were presumably astrologers. There may have been more than three wise men, but the story says they brought three gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Myrrh, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So there you go, following the star in the east. Okay, let's go to the next slide. And now we're going to go to Christmas in Belgium. Do you see any countries that are near Belgium? Can you recognize maybe some of the cities that
Amsterdam,
France, yeah,
France.
UK.
Paris and Amsterdam,
Yes. Paris.
across the channel from London? So
Yeah.
it's a Northern European country. Let's go to the next slide. And Anati, can you read that? And Belgium is the name of the country. I don't know if she heard that. Matri, can you read that, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Ne-
Children in Belgium receive presents on 6th of December, Saint Nicholas Day. They believe that
That's
Cinder,
right.
no, okay,
Sinterklaas.
yeah, Sinterklaas or Saint Nicholas brings them with his helper, Zwarte Piet, Black Peter.
Yeah, so Zwarte meaning black and Black Peter. So that's the Netherlands has a similar custom. Let's go to the next slide. And now we'll go to the Christmas in Australia. Anati, are you ready to read the next slide? Can you change the slide, sir?
She's traveling actually.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
Oh, is that right?
In Australia, Christmas falls in summertime. The Christmas meal traditionally was similar to English Christians' dinner.
Chris,
Now, many
Christmas.
people choose to have a cold meal, a barbecue
barbecue.
at the
Barbecue.
beach, or a picnic. Barbecue at the beach or a picnic in a park instead.
There you go. So now we know that right now it's summer in Australia. So they're going to do things their way a little differently. Let's go to the next slide, please. Now we've learned a lot about Iceland in our group, so we'll learn about Christmas in Iceland. Let's go to the next slide. And Sartak, can you read that?
Yes, ma'am. In Iceland, Yuletide lads stroll like magical people from the mountains. Visit each day from December 12th to Yule Eve and leave small gifts for children in shoes left on windowsill. A different Yuletide lid comes each day. They are 13 altogether.
So, and as the British often will call boys lads, the Yuletide lads are coming from Iceland, and they are like trolls. And that's their custom. So let's go to the next slide.
Austria.
Now, Austria, that looks like Australia, but it's Austria, located north of Italy and near Czechoslovakia, a bit near Germany. So let's find out what happens in Austria. Unadi, can you read that, please?
Sure, ma'am. Most towns have Christmas markets called Christian Candle Market, starting in late November, selling Christmas decoration, food such as gingerbread and
Glühwein.
glühwein, sweet warm mulled wine.
Okay, so that's their tradition. You can see the beautiful markets and the big buildings. And let's go to the next slide. So I wanted to say before maybe Maitri reads this, Christkind, kind means a child, like kindergarten, you might have heard, so and that started in Germany. So Austrians speak German, so Christkind, okay? So Maitri, would you like to read that?
Yes. Some children believe that the Christkind decorates the tree. The Christkind is a golden-haired baby with wings, a symbol of the newborn Christ. He also brings presents to children on Christmas Eve and leaves them under the tree.
So now we're starting to hear about people putting presents under the tree, and a lot of our gifts and traditions in America come from Germany. Especially the Christmas tree came from Germany. Let's go to the next slide. And let's see, Sartak.
Some children may also get a present from Saint Nicholas on 6th December, which is Saint Nicholas Day.
Do you see any resemblance between Saint Nicholas and how we see Santa Claus?
Yeah, they kind of match the looks.
He's having gifts. He's having also gifts with him.
Bearing gifts, that's
Yeah.
true. The big beard and Father Christmas looks a bit like that too, the English version.
Ma'am, I think it is the name of the Santa Claus, maybe.
Yeah, and Santa means saint, yeah, and Klaus for like Nicholas, Klaus. So you're right. Good. Yeah, let's go to the next slide. And let's see. I got lost. Who's next? Do you remember?
I maybe.
Okay, Annette, there you go.
Dessert is usually chocolate or apricot cake and Australian Christmas cookies.
So don't those look delicious?
Yeah, ma'am, it looks very delicious.
I like it. Looks almost like a frame of a window, looking through a window at looks like maybe apricot there. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Maitri, would you like to read that?
Yes, ma'am. Some people or those who live in the mountains might go skiing on Christmas Day.
Yeah. So if you look to the right hand side in the middle, that's called a ski lift. So you basically sit on those little chairs and the ropes or the cables pull you up the mountain. And then all you have to do is put on the sticks that are skis and ski down the mountain. That's all.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably harder than it looks. Yeah. Looks beautiful though, doesn't it?
Yes.
It does.
Very mountainous there in Austria. Sound of Music. Have you heard of that? Seen that movie or heard of that movie, Sound of Music?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it takes place in Austria, so it's kind of a let's go on to the next slide. Let's see. Sartak, can you read that, please?
During the introduction of the last piece of music, the Blue Danube, the audience applauds and the musicians wish them a Happy New Year. The concert is shown around the world on TV.
Okay, so let's go to the next slide. And I thought this was a strikingly beautiful photo of the Danube, and it's Austria's most famous river, and it flows through the city of Vienna. And they happened to catch this when the snow was falling, and I just thought it was strikingly beautiful.
Yeah,
The whole
it is
reflection
beautiful.
is visible in the water. That is adding to the beauty of that picture.
Mm-hmm. What a reflection, isn't that something?
Yeah.
Yeah. And usually when you see reflections, you almost see the buildings, but in this particular one, it was the light that reflected. I just thought it was lovely. Hello there, Dax. How are you? Okay, let's go to what we're doing now is we're learning about Christmas around the world, and got a lot of nice photos to look at. And let's go give you a chance to kind of see some of these. We'll go on to Annette and go ahead and is she there? Would you like to read that, Annette? Annette?
Yes, ma'am. On the 6th January, the Epiphany special sign is drawn in chalk over front doors as a reminder of the the wise man
Wise.
that wise man that visited the baby Jesus.
And I wanted to mention that most people think that the wise men probably came from the area of Iran or Iraq, because that was Babylon of ancient times. And they'd been watching the stars for a long time. And they felt that when they saw Jesus' star, the story is that they followed it to Bethlehem. So, it's kind of an interesting story. Let's go ahead and go to the next slide. And Dutch, can you read that, please?
Yes, ma'am. The sign is usually written on the door by the star singers, carol singers, children who dress up like the wise men. One carries a star on a stick, representing the star of Bethlehem.
And I just think that's such a cute picture, and they look pretty delighted that they're representing the different characters. And according to the story, we know there were 3 gifts that the wise men brought, but we don't know how many people were in their group. There might have been 30 people, not counting camels. So anyway, that's that story, and people still like to act it out. So let's go to the next slide. And now we're going to go to Christmas in Brazil. And you can see it's just a country just north of Argentina that we already talked about. And they have quite a few different customs. So let's go to the next slide. Sartak, would you like to read that, please?
It is a tradition in Brazil in December to go out to get double pay. This helps to boost the economy at Christmas time.
There you go. Good idea. So let's go to the next slide. And Annette, can you read this, please? Annette.
Of Christmas plays called Os Pastores. The sheepherds is also a Brazilian tradition.
Okay, so another part of the story is the shepherds, and so they're going to act out a play. Let's go to the next slide. Matri.
Yes. Taking part in Amigo Secreto, Secret Friend, is popular in Brazil at Christmas. It is traditional to give small gifts in December using a pretend name. On Christmas Day, people make known who they are.
Do you ever do secret gifts?
In our school, actually, there's a separate section called IGSE, and that those students carry out elephant toothpaste, which is somewhat like this.
Aha. He very good. He looks pretty pleased with his secret gift. And here in the United
Yes.
States at work, sometimes we give our colleagues small gifts, and we call them secret Santas. So that's fun. All right, let's go to the next slide. Sir, I feel bad you're not able to, do you want to join in and there's so many slides. Do you want to read some of them too? Or you're welcome to do that.
You want me to read this?
Would you like, yeah, we could just take turns. That would be fine.
Okay, the main Christmas meal is usually eaten about 10 p.m. on Christmas Eve. The people of Brazil are a mix of many different cultures, so Christmas food is very varied.
Yeah. So that looks kind of like a wok almost, but it might be paella, which is a very famous Spanish dish. Let's go to the next slide.
Wow.
Dutch, would you like to read that?
Yes, ma'am. After midnight mass, there are huge firework displays.
So there again, the mass is what a Catholic worship service, and at midnight they have it. So afterwards, about 1 o'clock in the morning, you'd go out and see these beautiful fireworks in Brazil. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Sartak, your turn.
In Brazil, Santa Claus is called Papai Noel or Boom. Well, good old man.
Okay, well, there he is in his Santa outfit, and it looks pretty similar. Is that what the Santa looks like that comes to your school?
Yeah, same like this,
Yeah.
the same
And
costume.
to and tomorrow is only the day of that
Yes,
when assembly will happen on the Santa Claus and Christmas
yes.
That's
assembly.
wonderful. Oh, it sounds
Um,
so
the
much fun. And I hear he
Yeah,
throws
and the
chocolate.
fun thing is that the Santa comes on a motorbike.
Yes. And
Wonderful.
sometime the two Santas come and they just shower the chocolates on the children.
Oh,
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah.
Sounds delicious. Okay, let's go to the next slide.
I'll send you the video of that.
Oh, okay, good. That's because we don't have Christmas in India, so we've got some other places. Okay, Anadi, can you read this? Epiphany.
Yes, ma'am. Epiphany, known as D. Does Reese, is widely celebrated in Brazil. The Eve of the Epiphany
It's
as is known as the Night of Kings or 20th
12th,
Well,
12th night.
night. Ma'am, I can't read properly. Can you give this to somebody else?
okay, yes. Well, I'll finish it for you. Brazilians celebrate with food and music. Thanks for hanging in there, Anadi. We'll just go ahead, and if you just want to listen, I won't call on you anymore. That's great. So let's go to the next slide. And Maitri.
Yes, ma'am. People dance through the streets in colorful costumes. Carolers go to door singing. The festival commemorates the three kings' visit to the newborn baby Jesus.
So you know how you sing Christmas carols? So when you add the ER on the end, it's those who sing the carols. So I would like to see their
Carol.
dancing. And look at those masks. It's like Mardi Gras. They love to dress up and be in parades in the streets in Brazil. What were you going to say, sir?
Yes, ma'am?
Oh, I was going to say Shakespeare. You're an expert on Shakespeare. And so didn't he write a play called The Twelfth Night?
Yes.
Yeah. So it was probably about the 12th day of Christmas, I would think. I have not read it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. And now we'll do Christmas in Ethiopia, which what continent is Ethiopia
Africa.
in?
Africa.
Africa is where.
African, yes.
Africa. Yeah. So let's go to the next slide. And Dutch, can you read that, please?
Yes, ma'am. They get up very early at Ghana as the mass starts at 4 a.m.
4
Many
a.m. Wow.
Ethiopians wear a white garment called a shama. It is a thin piece of cotton cloth with brightly colored strips at the ends.
So the stripes at the end are brightly colored. I'm seeing the white cloths around them, and off they go at 4 o'clock in the morning to worship on Christmas. Let's go to the next slide. Sartak, would you like to read that?
Traditional Christmas foods in Ethiopia include wet, which is a thick spicy stew of meat, vegetables, and sometimes eggs. Wet is eaten on injera, a type of flatbread. Pieces of injera are used as a spoon to scoop the wet.
Okay, there we go. Let's go to the next slide.
This is kind of
Maitri, would
similar
you?
to the Indian flatbread.
Exactly, very similar to that. And we love to buy that in our markets here in the US because it's so delicious. But usually it's frozen when we buy it. Okay, so Maitri?
Yes, ma'am. Ethiopians do not exchange gifts in Ghana. Sometimes children may be given some new clothes from family members. Christmas is a time for going to church, eating, and playing games.
Okay, next slide, please. Josh, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead and read.
Musical instruments are played
Daksh, audio is not clear. What's
Musical
your
instruments are played during procession. Procession is a first.
Percussion,
Sir, what is that?
it is called percussion.
Percussion
like
instruments.
a drum.
Percussion with a metal disc similar to tambourine.
I've looked at this picture for a long time, but I believe what they're talking about. Sir, can you go to the left-hand side and point to the man that's tapping the,
This
yeah, there you go.
is tambourine.
It's like a very large tambourine, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I found these, what the people in front of him have are really interesting, maybe flutes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Christmas in France. And what are some countries that are around France?
Germany,
UK.
Mm-hmm,
UK is the London.
mm-hmm, right across the channel from London.
Norway,
there-
Italy,
Okay, and there's Spain there close to it also on one side.
Germany is there.
So did you know that there is an underground tunnel between London and Paris that goes under the English Channel? So
Yeah.
you would travel underneath the water
In
in your
the
car
metro train is there.
and a
Yes.
train too, right? Yeah. Good.
Actually, my
Right, let's-
brother-in-law is there now.
Oh, really?
I told you in the last few days ago. He has already visited to France, to Hungary, and so many places. Again, came back to Germany.
And does he live in Germany, sir?
Yeah, no. Few months ago, he has been promoted in his job. He works in the Milan company, one of the American company, Milan. He's a pharmacist.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yes. But
So, but is
he's
his,
having a
is
very
his-
hard time because of cold weather.
it's so cold and it's been
Yes.
a cold winter, I think.
Minus it is, minus degree, he says.
Yeah. I bet coming from India to that would be so hard.
Yes.
All right, let's go to the next slide. And let's see, Sartak, would you like to read that?
On the night of 5th December, the eve of St. Nicholas Day, children place their shoes in front of the fireplace and sing traditional songs to St. Nicholas before going to bed. They believe he will visit them on his donkey, bringing treats and gifts.
So here in the United States, we believe that Saint Nicholas or Santa Claus comes on a sleigh pulled by flying reindeer. And in this
Yes.
country, in France, they believe he comes on a donkey. It's a little more believable. So, all right, next slide, please. Sir, would you like to read that?
Just a minute. Okay. As well as the usual nativity figures, French crypts also have village people such as butcher, a baker, and a policeman, and a priest.
So at Christmas time, oftentimes people will put up, I've never heard the word French cribs before, but apparently that is just a bunch of statues, like a small village. Very nice. Okay, let's go to the next slide.
Oh, beautiful.
Maitri, would you like to read that?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. During December, many French towns and cities hold Christmas markets. Strasbourg Christmas market is the oldest Christmas market in France. dating back to 1570.
Very beautiful. Let's go to the next slide. Dutch, will you read that, please? And the word is Yule. It's like yeah, Yule.
Okay, ma'am. Here, logs made out of cherry wood are often burned in French homes. The log is brought into the home on Christmas Eve and sprinkled with red wine to make it smell nice when it is burning.
Good job. And I really liked how you said red wine and you used a very good English sounding or American sounding W on that. Super. Let's go to the next. Oh, here it is, the dessert that is supposed to look like a log. Sartak, can you read? Do your best because it's French.
Dessert is usually butch de Noël, a chocolate Yule log.
So I read the recipe on this. So you take a chocolate cake and then you put some kind of a fluffy filling on top of it, and then you roll it up like a jelly roll, and then you ice it with chocolate icing, and you put, I don't know what the mushrooms are made out of, maybe marzipan. So there you go, the Yule log. Sometimes people put real leaves on it to make it look a little bit more realistic. And then you just slice thin slices. Okay, let's go.
Actually, it's looking like a coriander leaves.
Oh, maybe they very much, they'll go out and get rosemary or coriander. That's true. Yeah, right out of the garden. Good. All right, let's go to the next slide. Let's do Maitri.
Buildings are lit up and the streets are decorated with lights. People place candles on their windowsills.
So there you go. Like when you just finished Diwali, that was a festival of light, and it's kind of a dark time of year.
The same thing in Diwali.
Yeah.
We put diyas and you put those candles. This is the only difference.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is quite colorful and pretty. So there you go. Almost like rainbow candles. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so if you were to, and they're going to ask this another time, but for these 4 countries, which one would you like to visit and why?
All 4 of them.
Anybody else?
I would like to go to France, ma'am, because the dessert is looking very tasty, ma'am.
Good. Anybody else?
Even I would like to visit both, miss all 4.
Yeah, it'd be
We can't
fabulous,
miss
wouldn't
them,
it?
yes. All
And I love it that the pictures on this were just so clear. And I'm so thankful for this teacher that put them together. And she actually had 3 videos or 3 slideshows, and I put them together because just watching one of them wasn't enough. So let's go on. This will be the 3rd segment of her slideshow. See the next slide. And now we'll go to Bulgaria, and you can see that Bulgaria is in the Mediterranean area, basically, and it's close to Greece and it's close to Turkey. So close to the Black Sea on the right there. So let's look at the next slide. They might be influenced a bit by Russia as well. So let's go to Sartak. Can you read this, please?
In Bulgaria, Christmas is celebrated on 25th December. Christmas preparations begin at Advent. During Advent, Bulgarians do not eat meat, cheese, or dairy fruits.
Okay. So let's go to the next slide. And Maitri, can you read this, please?
Yes, ma'am. On Christmas Eve, a Yule log called badnik is brought into the house and lit at the beginning of the Christmas Eve meal.
Yeah, and Eve is just a short word for evening, the Christmas evening meal. All right, let's go to the next
the
slide.
day before Christmas.
I'm
Wow.
sorry, what
Is
was
it the
that?
day before Christmas?
The day before Christmas, exactly.
The
Okay, Dutch,
walnut
can you read that?
cracker it is.
Yes, ma'am. Walnuts are popular. It is believed that if the walnuts is good, a good ear will follow. If it is empty or has a small nut, then the ear will not be a good ear.
Uh-oh, it all depends on. Let's go to the
What
next
a
slide.
superstition station believe, ma'am.
Right.
Depending upon the size of walnut, they are deciding the how good their next year would go.
I think if it was me, I would shake the nuts, right? To make sure you got a
Yeah.
good one. Do you eat
Yeah.
walnuts?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
we do.
That's nice. It's a good picture. Let's go to the next slide.
Wow.
Sir, would you like to read about this?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, the Bulgarians also eat a bread called it's called the banitsa, into which a coin is placed. And the person who finds the coin is said to be rewarded with good fortune. The bread is normally cut by the oldest person at the meal and is handed around the table.
That looks delicious. Do you have any customs like that?
So while cooking, they are mixing the coin in it. They are hiding the coin inside.
Yeah,
So is it not risky that sometime maybe in a morsel the coin is going inside the stomach?
I know. It's funny. I don't know about that. I do know
Maybe
there's a,
they don't eat by the time they find the coin. Maybe
or
they'll
maybe
do.
they kind of tear it apart with their fingers and just eat
Ah.
little pieces at a time.
Otherwise, if they start eating directly, so it might be